isn't just about how you look in the mirror. It's about your confidence, how you carry yourself, your presence. If you want to be magnetic, unforgettable, plain hotter, pick up one of these 9 habits and see yourself bloom. Hi bestie, nothing makes you hotter than being able to hold the room. And this is exactly what public speaking gives you. So for my first hobby I have for you is pick up some public speaking courses. Public speaking instantly boosts your charisma, your presence, your confidence. It makes it easier for you to get into conversation with strangers. Not everyone will remember everything you had to say, but they will definitely remember the way you made them feel, and this is exactly what public speaking is about. How do you pick up this hobby? There are many different ways. My favorite one is on Allison, and it's called Become a Confident Public Speaker, I think. It's very easy to follow, it's self-paced, so you can really enjoy this hobby as you wish. You don't have to be rushed. A great one is the one by Hardware. It's called The Art of Persuasive Writing and Public Speaking. It is kind of, I think, timed in a way that you have to wait for a certain date to be able to take it. I'm not sure, but I will try to link some of the courses that I find below, and you can just go ahead and try to learn some of the hacks, some of the tips. But if you don't want to go into the full course mode, then you can just type into YouTube public speaking, find someone that you like, maybe a TED Talk or some sort of training, and try to find some tips or hacks that they have for you. One great tip is that you film short videos on your phone, film 1 to 2 minute video while you would be talking about a certain topic. So pick any topic that you want and just try to speak on that topic. And then later you're gonna watch that video and you are gonna notice some of the things that you might want to improve. For example, maybe your posture is wrong, maybe you're using a lot of filler words, maybe your eyes are wandering around, you don't have a strong eye contact, maybe the way you're speaking is not really clear, but that's okay. This is why we're doing this. Now, when you know what some of your flaws are, you can actually work on that. You film a few short clips and then really evaluate them. You can also practice with a friend. So if you may be a shy person or you have a slight hint of social anxiety, this might be that additional boost to your confidence to be able to really go out, meet someone new, or really have conversations on a topic that you want to have a conversation about, but maybe you're a bit, insecure whether you can do it or not. Practicing this way can really help with that. Additionally, what could be even hotter than a person that can hold the room is a person that can hold the room in different languages. So for the hobby number 2 is learn a new language. This is such a fun hobby. It makes you expand your horizons. It really improves your skills, not just verbal skills, but also your societal skills in a way that you can have conversation with multiple people. I think this is such a fun hobby because it can open a lot of doors. A person that knows multiple languages has such an advantage in life. For example, you can get a job in a different country. When you meet someone foreign, you might know their language, and that really kind of bonds you. It makes it easier to connect with them. It makes it easier to speak to them. When you travel somewhere and you know the local language, it makes your experience 100 times better. So pick a language of your choice. It can be very simple and very basic. You can just learn the basics of French or Italian or German or Korean, whatever you like whatever language you think that you might like learning, just try it, give it a try, learn some of the basic words, see how you feel about it, and then if you like it, and I promise you're gonna like it, you can build upon it. There are so many different courses on so many different languages. It really depends on the language you want to learn. I can link some that I took for the languages that I learned. So my favorite hack for this is if I'm learning a language, for example, let's say I'm learning French, I would turn my entire Netflix to French and then I would just watch everything in that language. You won't understand anything, and it does take some time, and it's not the most fun thing to do in the beginning, but once you start figuring out what they're saying, it becomes so much more fun and it's so much quicker to learn a language that way. I used to do this with TV series that I know by heart. For example, I used to do this with Friends. I would just turn Friends to a completely different language. Their entire dialogue, spoken dialogue would be in French and the subtitles would be, for example, in French, and I would just watch it like that because I know by the scene what is happening. I know what they're saying because I watched it so many times in English that when I'm watching it in that other language, I kind of get it. You pick up on some words and then you slowly dive into the language and then you can build upon that. Also find a podcast maybe to listen in that language. Like I said, you're not going to understand anything at first, but it's going to be more and more fun and much easier as you go along. Maybe you can find some of their music to listen to. Just try to dive into the language. I just go all in and then I try to make sense of some of the words. For the third one, and this is a very fun one, is practicing modeling poses. I don't know if it's a full-on hobby, but I think it's a fun little challenge that you can do. I just like, how many times did you take a photo and you're like, oh, it does not look good. Even though your outfit is good, your hair is good, everything is good, but the photo just does not look good. And it's all about knowing your angles. It's all about knowing your poses. And it just makes it so much easier that when you are posing for a photo, you actually know what you're doing. You know which side works. You know how to stand. You're just there. You snap a photo and you're done. I feel like us as girls, we love taking photos. So why not make our lives a little bit easier by knowing how to pose? I feel like this really makes you aware of your poses. It makes you aware of your body language as well, your posture. So I think it has a lot of benefits. Like I said, I don't know if it's a full-on hobby, but I think it can be very fun. How I would start with this is there's a lot of stuff about this on YouTube. You can search on YouTube on how to know your best poses, how to pose like a model. I'm gonna link them as well below if you want to watch them here on YouTube. Other than that, I will go to Pinterest and just find the different photos that I like, and then I would look at their pose. How are they standing? What are they doing? Maybe make like a little Pinterest board where I have different type of poses, and then I would try them. Like just set up a camera and just film yourself posing or walking or just learning how to stand properly. I think this really helps even in real life, not just for the videos or photos. Practice different type of movements, different type of angles. For example, you can look at different maybe model photos of some of the famous models and like how they hold themselves. Maybe even find one of those like casting shows where they walk and just like, I don't know, just take and mirror what they're doing and just make it a fun little challenge in your room. Maybe even with your friends, you can do a little fashion show or a photo shoot. I think that's really fun. For the hobby number 4 is reading. And I think this is just so basic. I didn't even know if I should put it on here, but it's so important that I had to put it on here. Reading. Reading makes you eloquent. It gives you different topics for conversations with people. It makes you think differently about certain topics. It just really opens up your brain and your mind to different things and different perspectives. Looks fade, but eloquence doesn't. This is something that will stick with you for the rest of your life. For reading, just choose your favorite genre and grab your book. It's fall. I think we're in a perfect season to be reading. It's raining outside, it's cold, it's cozy inside. So get your favorite book and start reading. Classics are my favorite. I really love classics. And to combine this with some of the previous hobbies, if I know a certain language, I will try to read a book in that language. That really deepens my knowledge of that language while also allowing me to have fun through reading. If you have any recommendation for me, please write them below. Reading gives you this whole new experience that allows you to have deeper conversation with people, but also to form your arguments much better, and that is always an amazing skill to have. For the hobby number 5, dancing. Dancing gives you that beautiful connection with your body, that beautiful connection of your mind with your body. I feel like a person that can move with the rhythm can just really own any room they walk into. Dancing builds confidence, it builds rhythm, it makes you so much more in tune with yourself. You move easier. Even when you walk, you can tell when someone is a dancer. You can tell by the way they walk, by the way they hold their hands, how they carry themselves. They're so elegant, especially if it's some sort of like a ballet dancing or something like that. You can just feel it in their aura that they are dancers, and I love that. There is nothing more magnetic than someone who isn't afraid to dance. So if you want to make your body magnetic, try dancing. Try any sort of dance that you think you might like. We're all different, so we really cannot suggest anything, but try to find some courses maybe on YouTube, some classes. There are a lot of different courses even online that maybe you have some paid courses if you really want to get into it. Also, you can try some around your city. There's definitely some sort of groups that offer this sort of dancing classes depending on the sort of dance that you want to take. Whether it's, I don't know, like tango, salsa, bachata, I don't know, whatever you like. Try it out. If you're too shy to do this, try with some classes online. Try to dance to a certain music or learn a new dance and then just do it in the mirror, do it for the camera and then watch it. You're gonna do this a couple of times and you're gonna feel probably cringe and be like, oh my god, what am I doing? But after some time, you're gonna be like, I love where this rhythm is taking me. Like, I can feel it. And then you start to move with it. I cannot dance. I'm not a good dancer, but I like to do it from time to time. It really just opens up all of your energy. It just makes you feel so much more in tune, especially us as women. I feel like this rhythm is what really gives her that magnetism. So don't be afraid to just dance around your room, film yourself, do it for the mirror, or sign up for a class. It's gonna give you a new skill that's gonna make you so much more confident, but also hotter just by the way you present yourself. Now for the sixth one, I didn't know really how to phrase this, but I just named it At Home Glow. Have no idea what that means, not a real thing. I just made it up because I didn't know how to put it. Anyway, a fun little hobby I'm gonna be doing later actually, and how I wanna phrase this whole chapter is learning how to do things at home. Now, the title of this video is 9 hobbies that will make you hotter, and I try to focus everything on just the way you hold yourself, your confidence, your charisma, your magnetism, but it's also about taking care of your body as well. For number 6, it's learning any sort of hobby that's gonna allow you to take care of yourself at home. First of all, it's gonna save you a lot of money, you're gonna gain a new skill, and you're gonna look polished most of the time without too much effort. So I really love that. What I mean by that is you maybe want to learn how to do your nails at home. This can be a fun little hobby. You're not gonna do it like every single week, but once you sit down to do it, it's gonna be a nice little hobby you do once a month. You want to learn how to do your lashes or your brows or something. There are so many tutorials online that you can watch, and this can really be like, it doesn't have to be a job. When people say like, how do you do all of those stuff? I enjoy it. I enjoy doing my nails. I look forward to it. It's my me time. It's my hobby. Stop looking at stuff as if something you have to do. Look at it as something fun you get to do. Like, get to paint your nails. We love doing that as kids, didn't we? So why wouldn't we do it now? So whatever you choose to learn, there's so many tutorials, like I said, online on doing your nails, doing your lashes, doing your blowout. I don't even know, like, it might take some time before you start. Maybe you need some tools in order to start, but once you have everything in place and you start, it's very creative. You get to have your own little spa day or like a spa time in the day, and it's super fun as well. I'm really looking forward to that hobby later because my nails are overgrown. So for the hobby number 7 is fitness, and I don't mean just fitness just for the way you look. Like, it's not just about being attractive, it's also about your posture, your stamina, your strength, your body language. Everything changes. For example, if you take Pilates, that will give you that like model-like posture. Have a nice toned belly, your very firm legs, very like elongated muscle. You're just gonna feel more confident in your body. Maybe you want to take on boxing, maybe like a boxing cardio or anything that will give you that stamina, that will give you that strength, that power that you want to feel, and that's going to translate into your body language as well. Or if you just want to do some yoga, that's going to give you a lot of flexibility, also strength. So it's really up to you, but any sort of fitness you choose, you can look at it as your new hobby. You're going to have so much fun with this hobby. First of all, you can start it at home. Like, if you wish, you can take on classes. They're always great, and it's always great to have like instructor with you to really show you how to do something properly. But if you want to start slowly, if you want to start from home, I love doing Pilates from home. I love Move It with Nicole. She is my goddess. I love her. But there are other classes as well on YouTube that are free that you can do in like 20 minute Pilates, I don't know, like half an hour yoga instructors online that you can learn from. So give it a try. Get out your yoga mat. Try moving your body to something, anything. Like I said, Pilates, cardio, boxing, I don't know, like yoga, whatever you want to do, give it a try. You're gonna feel so much more confident, and even just like after the first workout, you're gonna feel so much more energized. Your body will want more. This will be the most beneficial hobby. I think they're all beneficial, but this one will really give you that boost that you need. The sun is just crazy. For number 8, I put travel and cultural exploration, and I put both because not everyone has the money and the means to afford traveling, so we still can explore and we can still enjoy different types of cultures in this world without actually leaving or spending too much money to go to a foreign destination. I think travel or just exploring different cultures makes you very adventurous, and I think adventurous people are very hot. They are magnetic. They just know what they want. They kind of seem like worldly. I don't know how to explain it. There is this thing about them that you just really like. I think it has to do with they have a lot of stuff to talk about, that different types of experience they had in the life, like encounters with different type of people, cultures, or just things in life. I think this can be a very fun hobby. Traveling, I love traveling. It's the best hobby in the world. But like I said, you cannot travel all the time, right? we can still do some of the things even at home. We don't have to travel in order to appreciate different cultures. You don't have to travel far away to be curious. You can be curious from the comfort of your bedroom or your town. Wow, the sun is going crazy, so I really hope you can see me. I don't even know. Basically, you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to do this. You can explore museums, maybe parks, try different type of food, but even if you don't want to do that, even just if you want to stay at home and still explore different nations, you can just pick a different country each week. For example, you can do this with your boyfriend or your sister or your friend, whatever. Just choose a different country each week and then try to learn as much as you can about that country. And then fun thing to do is trying to make a dish from that country. You can maybe watch a movie from that country or in that language, or you can just try to learn a lot about their history, about their arts, maybe music, listen to some of their songs while you're preparing the dish. There are so many things to explore, especially today. You can access anything from any country, and I think that's really fun. You don't have to invest a lot of money or time in order to know about a certain country. Really just keep your mind open, pick up a globe and just point to a certain country and try to really immerse yourself into it as much as you can. Learn about it, listen to their music, maybe learn a little bit of their language, see what you like, what you dislike. I think it'd be a really fun hobby to do with someone or even by yourself. So I had to move because sun is going crazy. I'm gonna close with this one. Brains are hot. And for number 9, we are gonna be learning about art and history. I feel like this hobby can give you so many topics to discuss with your friends, with people you meet, with your boyfriend, whoever you want. But also just imagine walking down a gallery and just enjoying every piece you see, knowing so much about the artist, about each piece of art, having a nice, meaningful, deep conversation with someone who is by your side. I feel like this is an experience that you really cannot outdo. I think looks might be what catches the eye, but depth is what makes people stay. And I feel like the most interesting people that I have ever met had that depth about them. Knowing about art, about literature, about history, about music, science, whatever you like to actually explore, it makes you sound worldly, it makes you sound educated. That is like universally attractive. How I would approach this, you can try different courses. There's like a course on Artsy. I think there is like a free trial. I'll try to link everything below. It's called, I think, 10 free art history classes. You can try different courses on OpenLearn, Coursera, I don't even know, like there's so many platforms. I'll try to find some that I think might be a good one. I haven't taken all of them. I'll try to link the ones that I do love. Not just the courses, you can just listen to a podcast. I have to find it. I love this podcast about different topics from the history. And I think like in every episode, they do a different topic. So like it's not really, I share my Spotify with my brother. So this has a lot of stuff here. And okay. So this podcast, it's called Short History of, just like that, Short History of. And then they have different topics. They have like the California Gold Rush, they have Blackbeard the Pirate, the Space Race, the Maya, Alcatraz, Rosa Parks. Different topics that are very fun to listen to, and then they do it in such a fun way that I think it's going to be very interesting to you to hear. They really hold your attention. You learn something new, but also like you are not doom scrolling on your phone, or you're not training your eyes to learn something. You're just listening to it, and it's super fun. So I love to listen to them in the gym or when I'm commuting. There are also different like history channels on YouTube that you can look at. Try to find museums in your city that you haven't been to. There are so many different museums. Like I recently been to a chocolate museum, a button museum. There's so many different museums about everything and anything, and it's so fun to really like get into the topic so much that you need to take a museum like tour to understand buttons. It sounds ridiculous, but it ends up being very fun. So give it a try. You might learn something new, you might have fun. So yeah, hotness isn't just about skincare, about glow ups, about maintenance. It's about curiosity, confidence, it's about eloquence, it's about the way you present yourself. The glow comes from what you practice. So pick one of these hobbies, give it a try, make sure to have fun while doing it, learn something new, and I promise you people will notice. I'm sorry if I sound a bit weird in this I was gonna say episode, it's not episode. I've been just watching Only Murders in a Building, and every time they say episode, now I'm just like, in this episode, but it's not a podcast, it's a video. I sound a little bit sick in this video. I am a bit sick. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what are your favorite hobbies. I want to also give them a try. I hope you learned something new, and I'm gonna leave all the resources, all of the links below. I'll try to find them all and link them so you can access them easily. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I really hope to see you in my next video.